Hey ho, this is Septi, and today we're talking about the Breone allegations. Now for those who aren't in the know, Evan, otherwise known as Breone, is a commentary channel with over 100,000 subscribers, but most of his videos barely make over 1k as of late. There's a reason for that. For one, he's incredibly boring and looks like a catfish.
Damn bro, you got the whole squad laughing!
The other reason is, he's kind of a shady character and a creepy bozo. Now I haven't heard of Breone until Kumo-san talked about him in a video about the issues within the commentary community, and Breone was mentioned when he talked about his false claims about meowbahh, who he seems to obsess over and crave for her deplatformation. Just to be transparent, I understand Kumo doesn't like me, and a lot of people don't like Kumo either, but for this video, let's put all the beef aside, because the information he brought to light about Breone is quite serious. I debated myself whether or not I want to talk about Breone, and I waited until Kumo's big Crusade drops to see what else he brought to the table. I've had my skepticism about the conceivable quality, as Kumo has a track record of being terrible at group project management and having beef with his collaborators soon after the finished product, but this time the project was under development for a few months, and when I saw the end result, I have to admit I was quite impressed. So for clarity's sake, this video is more so an act of spreading the gathered information further, and I'm not going to take credit for Kumo's work. In fact, I highly advise you to check out his Crusade video on Breone and give him some support. I will leave it in the description below. In his latest update, Kumo asked for people to spread awareness about this creator and put any problem to the side with him.
This is the Breone drama summarized. I understand that at this point some people think that this is petty and meaningless. I beg to differ, but nevertheless, you don't have to talk about this. I would prefer that you do, because you guys have dogpiled people for less, and I understand a lot of small commentators can't stand me, but I'd imagine you guys are going to offer me, well, in a perfect world, you guys would offer me the same luxury, the same dignity that you offer to Kumu when Kai Weiss punched down at him.
So 100 words have the same ending. Let's talk about the Breone allegations. For starters, as mentioned before, Breone seems to have a weird obsession with meowbahh, who plays a big role in his creepy interactions with other people. It started off with a video where Breone claimed that meowbahh was requesting people in her Discord server to cut themselves for Discord roles, but upon further investigation, it was revealed that she herself wasn't asking for it, but someone in the server did cut themselves and were rewarded with a Discord role by meowbahh, upon which other people started to do the same thing to get that role, allegedly.
Okay, so I wanted to come on here and address something real quick. So, as some of you guys might know, meowbahh herself is defaming me, and I figured I'd come out about it with a shorter video to show you guys that this is actually her, because people are believing her. So if you guys don't know, I recently made some TikToks on meowbahh on my TikTok account. My first video was about how meowbahh got banned off of TikTok, and it wasn't really a big deal with meowbahh. Now let me explain. The next two videos were a part 1 and a part 2 video that I had made to expose meowbahh's true identity. And the reason why I made these videos specifically is because I wanted to spread more awareness around about the fact that meowbahh was making minors cut themselves for Discord roles in her Discord server. Like, meowbahh made these kids cut meowbahh into their arms.
You piece of shit liar!
Let me just say this real quick, if you're willing to self-harm just to get a role on a Discord server, then the only encouragement you need is therapy, because that's a no-go. And while meowbahh was definitely in the wrong for reinforcing that behavior, to say she was directly soliciting the self-harming behavior is a serious distortion of what she actually did. It also doesn't justify doxing her or spreading the dox of these kids who's like 15 to 16 years old just because you're mad that she's quote slandering you. More on that later. Now, I'm not at all saying that meowbahh isn't an awful person at times. Oh, believe me, she doesn't get hate for no reason. But while that can be excused with meowbahh still being a minor who got popular too fast for her own good, Breone is a 19-year-old legal adult who should know better than spreading the dox of minors out of spite, or fake screenshots when you're outed as a creeper on minors, like this person who goes by the name of Tofu. For those who don't know who Tofu is, she's another 15 to 16-year-old minor who was in meowbahh's server, and allegedly, she is known for soliciting CP of herself to other people. When Breone caught wind of that, he thought it would be a golden opportunity to get more dirt on meowbahh and generate more views to his name, but then he started acting very suspicious, to say at least. Saying things like, "I think you're cute and I know I'm 18, but that's 2 years and no one said anything about dating."
I don't like where this is going.
For clarity's sake, he was actually 3 years older, almost 4 in fact, and after that he was saying that he had a crush on a CP distributor. And we can't forget the classic, "I will let her suck my blood."
Whoa, 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 no. No, we're not doing that, no. I don't know why you're into this, but we're stopping it right now. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Before we state the obvious on how inappropriate, low-key predatory, and sexual these comments are, especially the latter one about the vampiric fetish, let's acknowledge the fact that Breone was already aware of the fact that he's talking about a 15-year-old child, someone who would hardly be a sophomore in high school, while Breone was already a working adult. Now I won't outright say that he's a 100% confirmed. Well, if you wanna get technical, he still fits that bill under a similar term that would still suggest that he's a map, so I can't really blame Kumo or anyone else for calling him that, and I especially can blame him after seeing how Breone responded to what he presumed to be slander. So remember when I said that he retaliated against meowbahh by spreading her docs even further in all of his uncensored glory? Well, when Kumo started making videos about him, he proceeded to fake, or as he claims, someone sent him a screenshot that he knew it could be fake, and posted it on Twitter saying it's not a good look on Kumo. It was a photoshopped/fake account of Kumo stating that he got the nudes of a 15-year-old minor, which is forging evidence, and that is very much illegal by the way. Breone's excuse for this underhanded move was his essentially giving Kumo a taste of his own medicine, when in reality Kumo was reading actual leaked messages that Breone actually said. After their excuse failed, he tried to play it off and say that the screenshots were out of context. Okay, I don't know how all the context in the world will change the fact that you're making inappropriate comments towards a minor who, by the way, told you that she was uncomfortable with you when you said it. Hence why she pointed out you were already an 18-year-old adult. But then he had an even better excuse.
Oh, no. You see, the child porn, it was just a goof. It was just for laughs, you know? Why aren't you laughing?
Yep, the classic. "It was an obvious joke, guys. I was just goofing around when I said I had a crush on this minor as an adult and that I want her to suck my blood." Why aren't you laughing? What a sad misunderstood humorist you are. Hashtag justice for Bunnabell's looking ass. Oh, and let's not forget about the other claim that he's that anonymous user who was talking to this cloaked person asking to see this 15-year-old's nudes.
FBI, open up!
Now I can't say for sure if this is 100% confirmed to be Breone, but after the simping, the blood fetish comments, would it really surprise you if it was? Oh, and let's not forget about the fact that according to Breone and his friend, it's not if it's just romantic attraction.
What?
No, I'm not making a joke or paraphrasing. That's quite literally what they said in the call with Kumo-san and Akumu.
And I also had confirmation that you were talking about my video behind closed doors because he just wouldn't respond.
Okay.
Or you confirmed that those screenshots were apparently out of context. So you confirmed that the messages were real. And so whether they were out of context or not, they still look fucking awful on you. So why wouldn't you address
a pedophile? That doesn't make me a pedophile.
Why wouldn't you address
No,
them?
okay,
Yes, they
hold on.
do.
But here's the thing,
They do.
No. What?
Yes, they would.
What?
If you're saying you have an attraction to a child, that is the textbook definition.
Of what? Of what?
Of a pedophile.
It's not sexual though.
Yeah,
Whether it's
exactly.
Whoa!
I thought I was exactly.
Whoa!
Okay,
You're really gonna go there?
Okay.
Oh, and if that wasn't enough, the analogy they made after is even worse. Comparing an adult having sexual or romantic feelings towards a minor to how a parent loves their own child. This cannot be real, but somehow it is.
Was I using semantics, Judge?
Words are subjective. Definitions.
Sorry. I really love
said words are
I
subjective.
said words. I meant to say definitions.
Oh, but he's saying that I twisted the definition. I used it word
yeah,
for
you
word.
did. You just said okay.
I used
You
it
didn't,
word for
okay.
word.
Being a pedophile is having a sexual attraction towards children. It's not just like any attraction. No, it's not just like attraction. It's
Oh,
just
you know, I have a
sexual
good
attraction.
example, Mr. San. If a father loves his daughter, does that mean he wants to have sex with his daughter?
I'm not even going to explain the obvious. I think everyone watching this knows that the analogy is absolutely incorrect and it's a very bad attempt at deflecting the actual point Kumo was making. Whataboutism does not apply in cases like these, Breone. You can say that you made no sexual comments about tofu all you want, but the screenshots about your vampire fetish begs to differ. If you ask me, you should have asked for a blood transfusion instead of a 15-year-old drinking your blood, because it's very clear to me that you barely have enough blood in your brain to function as a normal human being. After all the nonsense you've pulled, you think you can just ignore all your problems, make more boring commentary videos and pretend nothing ever happened, all the while claiming that people who are talking about you are only in it to get a slice of your so-called hype and fame? Breone, half the community is clowning on you right now because you're a delusional, eccentric, fish-headed bozo with an inflated ego who can only respond to controversy with topic diversion, spontaneous excuses, idiotic analogies, and slander. By the way, fun fact, since the whole controversy, Breone deleted his Discord account. If you're so innocent as you claim you are, Breone, then why would you delete your account? It doesn't look good on you in the slightest. Now, I understand Kumo dislikes me and I have my own issues with him, but he didn't deserve this, and we all know it. He went out of his way to interview the victim, ask about Breone's creepy behavior, and proceeded to host an entire collaboration to spread awareness about this whole thing. I know you and I won't be cool with each other anytime soon, but you have my support in this. And I highly suggest everyone watching this to check out Kumo's Crusade video on Breone and give him some support, as I believe he deserves it for his efforts. But now, we've reached the end of this short summary of the Breone allegations. I tried to keep it short and simple so people have an easier time processing all of this. I would suggest more people making videos about Breone, as I've hardly seen anyone talk about this in video format. Although that is just my own personal opinion, but what do you think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you made it this far in the video and your subscription button is still red, why don't you change that if you'd like to see more content from me in the future? And as always, I shall continue to make more videos whenever I get the chance, but until then, I'm Septi, and goodbye.